girl love, the Jacksonville Humane Society has plenty to spare. With over 100 good boys and girls of all ages and breeds looking for loving homes, you're sure to find the perfect pet for your place at jaxhumane.org.
This is 1010XL. We now join regular programming. The Friday Night Lights have been shining all over the First Coast. This is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights. Brought to you by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now it's time to break it all down. Here are your hosts, Hacker and Andrew Gibson.
And a very good Friday evening to you, Jacksonville. It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights postgame. We are presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. With Andrew Gibson, the Hacker Ryan Green with you. As always, we are streaming on the MyBookie digital platform as well, all over social media, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter/X, you name it. You can catch us there on the MyBookie digital platform. A lot of games that have gone final. A game you just heard on 92.5 FM and 1010XL. Bishop Kenny, a winner tonight over Providence. Bishop Kenny, a nice win in their regular season. And Gibby, that probably means at least one home game for the Crusaders now in the postseason.
Yeah, it's a great job for Bishop Kenny, Coach Kraus, and those guys. Congratulations on the regular season that they've had. Derek Heidemann, their quarterback tonight, 4 touchdown passes in the ball game. I believe he had 3 in the first half, and he ended up with 4. So Bishop Kenny getting out to 7-3 in the regular season and a home playoff game upcoming. That's outstanding. All
right, games that have gone final. Some of these non-FHSAA games are actually playoff games tonight. One of those, Interlochen over Stanton, 36-24. That was a playoff game. Interlochen, I believe, advances there. Crescent City over Keystone Heights, 26-10. Games that were kind of blowouts tonight. Oakleaf all over Toccoa Creek. Congratulations to the Knights, 56-7. Oakleaf gets it done. Bartram Trail, a 49-12 victory over Ribault. So dominating performance, Gibby, by both Bartram Trail and Oakleaf this evening.
Yeah, some big numbers being put up right now. Look, these teams are getting toward the end, if not the end, of their regular season, so they're trying to fine-tune for the playoffs. You look at teams like Bartram Trail and Oakleaf, these teams that are trying to, some of these teams are on the playoff bubble. Some teams are in, some teams are not quite sure if they're going to make it or not, and you're trying to put your best foot forward here as we get into now November.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Again, most teams will have bye weeks next week. Some teams have taken advantage, and we assume people know. Just in case you don't know, the FHSAA did extend it by a week because of the hurricanes and all the issues there. So next week is the final week of the regular season. Playoff football begins 2 weeks from tonight, so a lot of teams will have bye weeks going in to first-round playoff action in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these coaches treat the bye weeks because, remember, when the hurricane, certainly Hurricane Milton happened, there were some teams that elected to play that week. You remember, Bowles played early that week, so Bowles is going to have, a month off? It seems like 3 weeks.
Yeah, 21 days for Bowles.
Yeah, so there are like Trinity Christian, I believe, played that week, so there are going to be some teams that are going to have a lengthy time period off, and how will they deal with that? Is it going to be rest versus rust when they finally get to the postseason?
Fleming Island, a 45-0 winner over Fort White tonight. And how about Episcopal? 35-7 over Ridgeview. We talked to Victoria's head coaches here under the Friday Night Lights. And with that, let's go out to Episcopal High School. Their head coach is Marcus Wells. He joins us here on 1010XL. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
35-7, obviously a dominating performance for you guys tonight. You must be very pleased.
We are. We've had a tough go lately with injuries and travel and all that. So to come out on senior night and do well, is really, really good.
Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. Recognize a few of those seniors. You don't have to name them all, but give us some guys that really stood out for your program here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we have a pretty big senior class, at least for Episcopal standards. We have 13 guys, which is huge for us. But we had Sam Perkins, who was fighting injuries all season. He came back a couple weeks ago from a hamstring injury. He had a couple touchdown passes and a couple of touchdown receptions and also a pick six. So that kind of got us started. Our senior quarterback, Turner Glenn, played really, really well, threw a couple of touchdown passes. But then we have a senior-led line as well, and so those guys open up holes for our running back, another senior, Chris Rowe. And I can go on and on and on, but we played well. Those seniors led us. We challenged them all week and before the game to do so, and they did a good job.
Marcus Wells of Episcopal, winners tonight over Ridgeview. Coach, you're one of the teams, if I'm correct, that is taking advantage of the extra week that the FHSAA permitted. You have a game next Friday against Impact, correct?
We do. Actually, it's next Thursday. It's the last day we could play, and so it works out well for us because we're sitting at number 9 going into this week. So hopefully the win tonight will help inch us closer or even push us into 8th. But we want to solidify our playoff spot for sure. So that game against Impact next Thursday night is a playoff game for us. Like we are taking that approach. We took that approach tonight, knowing that we probably needed to win 2 to get in or either solidify our position. So we're looking forward to getting back after it on Monday. It should be an exciting week.
As we wrap up, Coach, how will you handle that with your kids? I mean, do you let them know, guys, our playoffs have already begun?
Yeah, we have. We started it this week saying that tonight is a playoff game, was a playoff game. Next Thursday is a playoff game, and they rose to the occasion. Our seniors, they've been to the playoffs every year since they were freshmen. So they don't want to end that streak, and so they took the right approach this week. They led us this week, and you know we're looking forward to having it continue as we get ready for Impact.
Coach, tell us about the growth of the team this year. Some areas that you believe that this team has really taken some good steps.
Yeah, our offensive line, like I said earlier, is led by center, senior, guard, tackle, senior. And they just have carried us on many occasions. You know, we fought injuries so much this year with our starting quarterback going down, our backup quarterback going down, receivers, wide receivers, just all over the board. But those guys have been the constant, and they play both ways, and they have led us. And so to have that unit do what we felt that they could do and will do this season has been great for us.
Marcus Wells of Episcopal, winners tonight over Ridgeview. They got a big one next week against Impact Christian. And like Coach said, Episcopal's playoffs have essentially already begun. Coach, congratulations on the win. Best of luck next week.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Marcus Wells of Episcopal. Also a big winner tonight over in Clay County with Oakleaf. Christopher Foy and Oakleaf winners tonight over at Decoy Creek. Coach Foy joins us here on 1010XL. Coach, congratulations.
Oh, I appreciate it, Coach. Man, how you guys doing?
Coach, we are good. Thank you for the time. Not surprised that you won, but I got 56-7. If that's correct, what a performance for you guys.
Oh, yeah. We played against a pretty good defense last week. And so,
yeah.
So, you know, that kind of carried us over this week. We're getting ready to get in the tournament, so you want to be able to do some things a little bit better.
Coach, you guys finished the regular season winning 4 of your last 5. How do you feel about the team right now?
I feel great. I mean, we have a very unique group of seniors who have gelled together, and you know, and I'll be honest, Coach. I mean, I had to make some adjustments myself. You know, because it's going in year 2, and coming out of a district like I had last year. Hey, man, it wasn't easy.
This is a vastly different conversation that you and I are having this year. I remember having you on the final week of the regular season last year. You won that game last year, and we talked about confidence going into the off season. Well, now you win your regular season finale again, but there is still some unfinished business for this year as you guys are playoff bound. Was that the goal, to get in the postseason? Do you have, I mean, obviously the ultimate goal, we know what that is, but certainly there has been improvement from year 2 compared to what you did in year 1.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, that's got to be the goal. I mean, you can't accomplish anything team-wise without getting in the tournament. You know, everything else, I mean, you know, kids and coaches can make, you know, individual accolades, but, you know, you have to get in the tournament to establish yourself as a program. And as much as this community gives to us and our administration, this is where we need to be. We need to be in the tournament.
Coach, you got some guys that defensively are getting after the quarterback. Anthony Smith, I've got him down for 12 sacks this year. Tell us about Anthony.
Anthony has a motor. I mean, he used to, when we got him, he was, every kid thinks they're a receiver. So he has, he just unique speed. But he really put in work this offseason, and he put on about 25 pounds, and he still has that twitch. And he's got a motor, and, Coach, he is relentless by getting after quarter. He had 2 more tonight.
Christopher Foy of Oakleaf, winners tonight over at Coy Creek. All right, Coach, what are we thinking postseason-wise? Do you have some inkling as to what that opponent will be 2 weeks from tonight?
Not really, but using. I would love to see the team that we played in the district championship again, because you don't get that opportunity very many times. And but whoever it is, I think my kids will be more than honored to just. It's really an honor to even be in the tournament. But whoever it is, we're gonna plan and coach and play and do our very best, and we're going to be honored to be in that situation, Coach.
Well, Coach, congratulations. A 7-3 regular season, a playoff berth for Oakleaf. Rest up, and we hope we're talking to you 2 weeks from tonight.
Yes, sir. I hope so, too.
Christopher Foy of Oakleaf, winners tonight over at Coy Creek. That's a good Coy Creek team, and Oakleaf dominating tonight. Yeah,
Oakleaf's been very impressive. Coach Foy's a heck of a coach, man. He just, wherever he goes, he is just a terrific coach. They started 3-0. Remember, the first game they played this year was a 35-7 victory against Riverside, and Riverside's a good team. And you remember the Bowls game back in September, 57-50. They lost that game, but, man, that was very impressive as well. So good for them. Oakleaf's on a roll. They've won 4 of their last 5 to finish out the regular season.
I just got word that Christ Church Academy with a playoff victory tonight for the Eagles, 42-7 over Mount Dora. We'll get Justin Sermon of Christ Church Academy coming up in just a moment, but the playoffs have begun for some teams in our area, and congratulations to CCA on a dominating performance tonight. We'll get Coach Sermon up momentarily. Let's go to David Penland, the head coach of University Christian. They are playoff bound. They capped off their regular season tonight with a victory, and Coach joins us here on 1010XL. Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
I got
one more game, by the way.
Oh, you have another game next week. Okay, so you're one of the teams that took advantage of the extra week here.
Yeah, we're playing Zephyr Hills Christians, the game we lost next Thursday.
Oh, good. I'm happy you're able to make that up. No question about it. But you do know you're district champions. That happened last week with the win over Providence. First, let's talk about the game tonight. Talk about the ball game and the win and what happened to make that happen for you guys.
Yeah, it was playing Fort Meade down here in Fort Meade, Florida, and it's a tough little town to play at. They were celebrating their 2004 state championship. A lot of big crowd, country school, and great atmosphere. And our guys started a little slow, 3-0 at halftime, and then we kind of exploded a little bit in the second half. Had 2 pick sixes, had some running touchdowns, and their guys just played hard, and it came out flat, and we just had to get them going. That after half, they got going a little bit, and they had a really good quarterback that could scramble and run, and we contained him, had several sacks. So I'm just proud of our guys. We came down here and got the dub.
Coach, congratulations on that road victory tonight. You mentioned that you guys started out flat. What did you have to say to them? What happened to help turn that around?
Just to challenge them at halftime. We're not playing our style of ball and making dumb mistakes, and to clean it up. We fumbled one, and stupid penalties, got behind the sticks, and so they did a really good job of cleaning that up and just challenged our guys to pick it up, and they did it.
Coach, it's interesting. You did lose the game earlier this year. You're playing next week, where a lot of schools are going to have a bye week. How are you going to approach this, week 12 game that does count in the regular season? Will it affect your seeding in the playoffs? Do you know that yet?
I don't. I'll know more Tuesday, because I'm sure there's going to be there'll be some shakeup this week. I know there's some games that could have gone either way with McClay and St. John's Paul. Providence, last I heard, they were losing. and then Trinity won. So I'm sure there's going to be some shuffling around. So we'll see where we're at Tuesday, and then go from there, I guess.
Coach, this is your best winning streak this season, 2 in a row. How do you feel about this team?
After we beat Providence, we just told them we got it. We're going to go on a run. This is, we've played a tough schedule up to this point. We've battled. We've been through adversity. We found a way to finish last week. They finished tonight, and we just, pray and hope that we can keep this trend going. Our guys are hungry and they're young, and they love to play football, love to come to practice. So we just, it's easy to coach a team like that. It's just challenging because they're so young, and you got to do a lot of coaching. And so it's been fun. It's been frustrating, but 2 wins in a row. We got to keep the train rolling.
Playing some of the best football of the year. University Christian winners tonight. David Penland is their head coach. Coach, congratulations on the victory.
Appreciate it, guys.
And that's a nice road win, a little bit of a trip for University Christian. It's always better to get back on those bus rides with a victory, right?
It is.
You don't want to come back home a couple hours with a loss.
No. Getting on those bus rides after a loss, especially, as you get toward the playoffs, the playoff ones, when you lose those are the worst because the season's over. But, yeah, for UC to be playing the way they are, it's a credit to their staff. And like Coach just said, we got a young team. Sometimes when you get on a roll like this, you don't know any better. And so, Coach Penland will go wherever they can to play a football game, and good for them winning 2 games in a row.
Big-time rivalry game in St. Johns County, Ponte Vedra over Creekside. It is a final 35-23. Boy, Gibby, what a win for Ponte Vedra tonight.
Yeah, and I can already tell you the Gatorade Player of the Week is going to be the running back of Ponte Vedra, Brian Case. I believe he did like a LaDainian Tomlinson type game tonight. I think he threw one, he caught one, and he ran one, and that's the least bit that we know that he did tonight. So Ponte Vedra, that running back's been outstanding, and he's putting up another show tonight.
Nice over Beachside, 42-20 as Nice keeps their undefeated streak going. By the way, Duval County Public School home games were all played last night.
Right.
We caught up with some of the Victorious head coaches earlier. You'll hear those conversations. Raines also an undefeated regular season. They get the victory last night over Atlantic Coast. And maybe the game of the week coming in was St. Augustine Mandarin, and St. Augustine got it done one night ago over Mandarin. St. Augustine caps off an 8-1 regular season with that win one night ago.
Yeah, and I believe we've got a conversation coming up here in just a bit with Coach Braddock. You did last night, I believe, and so we'll talk to him in just a second. But, yeah, we knew that coming into this week that this game was going to be outstanding. St. Augustine, they've had the expectations on them coming into this year. A state championship appearance last year came up just short, and they have lived up to everything else going into this year. Nice beat them just barely at the early parts of the year, and that's their only loss so far.
It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We are presented by Duck Duck Rooter, Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning with Andrew Gibson, the hacker Ryan Green with you. Amp doing the show tonight. First time ever producing the Friday Night Lights, and he actually did not go into cardiac arrest in segment number 1. So we're good, man. We're rolling, and we certainly appreciate his hard work. More to do under the Friday Night Lights as we continue. Mention that conversation with Brian Braddock, the head coach of St. Augustine, after their win over Mandarin one night ago. You'll hear that conversation next. 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
There's a lot more to it than a tight spiral and an accurate pass.
Everyone agrees that playing quarterback is the hardest thing to do in sports.
Denny Thompson is the Quarterback Whisperer. Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet. Friday mornings on The Drill.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
Thousands of people in Duval County suffer from Alzheimer's. To join the Walk to End Alzheimer's at UNF November 9th, visit alz.org/Jacksonville Walk.
You can make a difference in the lives of people living with lung cancer. To join the American Lung Association at the Lung Force Walk at UNF November 16th, log on to lungforce.org/Jacksonville.
The Farm Share Thanksgiving Distribution Drive-Thru event is Saturday, November 23rd at the FSCJ downtown campus, starting at 8:30 a.m. until the food runs out. Call 328-6158.
There's a critical need for all blood types. Please consider donating to a local blood donation center.
The Tom Coughlin J Fund helps families battling childhood cancer, and there are ways you can help. Go to tcjfund.org.
You can find out how to share your community event at 1010XL.com.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a gravy taster from Jacksonville, Florida, me, Dennis Mosley. Hi, Ken. Okay, Dennis. 100 plumbers surveyed, top answer on the board. What does it mean if someone says your home has hard water?
It's made of ice? Let's see, hard water. Oh, is it club soda mixed 4-to-1 with vodka?
Last chance, Dennis. What is hard water?
Oh, is it that lime scale stuff that makes my taps all crusty?
That's right, Dennis. And a water treatment system from Bueller Air and Plumbing will eliminate troublesome lime-scale deposits that can ruin your expensive appliances and let your neighbors know for sure that you are cool.
I wonder if I can get me a gin and tonic faucet.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Googan Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-IHRS 777-4477.
Welcome to ABS Advanced Business Solutions, your local print management partner, and home to Xerox and HP copiers.
Advanced Business Solutions.
GoABSinc.com.
Hunters Know Patience is part of the game.
Just got to keep hunting.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber, and Captain Kirk Waltz on the Nimnit Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL. 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm Coach Verlin Dormany from Trinity Christian Academy High School, and the Friday night lights are bright tonight on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
I know football.
Now, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Coaches Corner on 1010XL.
Friday Night Lights rolls on, 1010XL, 92.5 FM. One of the biggest games in the area this week took place last night. It was Mandarin, it was St. Augustine, and the Yellow Jackets down in St. Johns County. They get it done, 38-26, a big win for St. Augustine. Their head coach is Brian Braddock, and he's always kind enough to join us here on 1010XL. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Coach, two of the best teams in Northeast Florida. We talked about it last week. One of the best in Duval versus one of the best in St. John's, and you guys got the win. You must have been very, very pleased last night.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime you can go on the road and get a win against a really, really good football team, you got to be happy with that. So, we were certainly pushed, and it was not easy. They've got an outstanding team, but really, really grateful to get the job done.
What about you personally? It's obviously been a little bit since your time at Mandarin, but did that mean anything extra for you last night?
It was cool because I got to see some old former players that are still in the area that came out and they were kind enough to come say hello. One even that came down from Atlanta, which was amazing. I was humbled that he would make the trip to come to the game, and he was one of our best players back in the day, Andre Kearney. You might even remember the name.
Sure.
And it was just so that part of it was really cool. But I mean, outside of that, it's really about the fact that we went on the road to play such an outstanding football team and we're able to play well enough to win, is what makes it most special. But yeah, certainly, Mandarin's a special place to my family and always will be. So that certainly, is obviously part of it as well.
Couple of more for Brian Braddock of St. Augustine, winners over Mandarin one night ago. Coach, 8-1 to cap off the regular season. Now that the regular season's in the rearview mirror, just kind of put in perspective this year and what you guys accomplished to this point.
It's been an unusual football season for most everybody, and just kind of disjointed with the weather and things of that nature, and so trying to just kind of put it all in retrospect now. It's been fun. It's been trying at points. Really grateful to have such a quality team and such great kids. We just got so many special kids on our football team right now that we're spoiled as coaches. So that's been a joy, just getting to coach them week in, week out, and really proud of how we've played. Obviously had a really tough second half against an outstanding team in the game where we got beat, and but I think we learned some things from that, and I'm really proud of how our team has kind of responded to that over the back half of our season. So, I couldn't ask for more from these kids and from our coaching staff, the amount of effort and attention to detail and just commitment that they all gone 8-1 and excited to take this week upcoming to get better and maybe heal up some bumps and bruises and hopefully be ready to play as well as we can in the playoffs.
Yeah, the FHSAA gives everybody basically a bye week if you took advantage of it. So now St. Augustine gets a little rest, gets a little relaxation, if you will. All right, 2 weeks from now, the playoffs begin. Do we know what it looks like for you guys in round 1 2 weeks from tonight?
Not sure. I think it'll crystallize after tonight when those rankings come out Tuesday, because I think everybody in our region pretty much will have played their last game. So it's looking like right now the 8 and 9 are Rickards and Columbia, but they're pretty close. There could be some fluctuation there, but we don't really know yet, and so but I do think after Tuesday a lot of people are going to know because a lot of teams will be done playing.
And you do know that somebody's going to have to make that trip to St. Johns County, no question about that, in the playoffs. Coach, final question. Obviously, now the playoffs, it's going to amplify a little bit. You guys are no stranger to the playoffs with that state championship game run last year. How much will last year's experience winning all those playoff games help you guys moving forward?
I think anytime you've got experience with hard things that you've accomplished before, because trust me, those playoff wins are not easy. I think it gives you some confidence. You just got to make sure that that's not what you're relying on. You got to earn it again. So, but if it gives you confidence that you did what it took to earn it before, and it maybe informs you of what that took and what that needs to look like. So that's great. Experience is great when it's used for that. We certainly won't allow it to be a crutch and act like we're entitled to success just because a lot of these kids had some last year. So, we're going to look at it as we've done it, we've seen it, we know what it takes. So let's use that to our advantage.
Brian Braddock, the head coach of St. Augustine, winners last night over Mandarin to cap off a terrific 8-1 regular season, and they will be in the playoffs 2 weeks from tonight. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, I appreciate it. You guys have a great weekend.
There you go, Brian Braddock, a terrific win for St. Augustine one night ago over the Mandarin Mustangs. It was a terrific win tonight for CCA, Christ Church Academy. Their playoffs began this evening against a very good Mount Dora team, and CCA took it to them to the tune of 42-7. My buddy Justin Sermon is the head coach at Christ Church Academy, and he joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Hag, thanks, man. Appreciate it. What a big win for our football team, for our school community, for our families. So proud of our guys.
Coach, that's big time. Playoff time for CCA. Mountain Dora, a good team, comes up here. You beat them already in the regular season. Obviously, they wanted to get a little bit of revenge. And my goodness, 42-7. You guys had it absolutely rolling tonight.
Well, give a lot of credit to them. They're a really good football team, and we had our hands full. We knew we were going to have to play well. Hard to beat somebody twice. And so, first of all, tip the hat to them. They've got a really good program, really good coaching staff, really good football team. Our coaching staff did a great job of preparing our kids all week. Travis Hodge with the defense, our guys on offense, the rest of our assistant coaches did a phenomenal job of having a good game plan and going to do that. And then ultimately it falls on the players, right? And they did a really good job tonight. So proud of our kids. And, sometimes in football, as a coach, you don't celebrate some of the successes. We're going to celebrate this one a little bit.
Well, look, and I know you would never use this as a crutch, no pun intended, I suppose, but you got some injuries at CCA, right? You got some guys that have been banged up, and for the fact that you guys came out there and put 42-7 on a good Mountain Dora team, I mean, what does that say to your depth on this football team?
Well, I think it speaks to the character of our football players, and, because, in life, you're not going to be able to make excuses. You got to find a way to get things done when things are stacked against you. And, we use that as a life lesson for our kids, and give a lot of credit to our staff being creative ways of putting our players in the best position to be successful. And they went out and did a good job of that tonight. And so proud of our players. They did a great job. Some of our kids had to go both ways tonight, not fully accustomed to doing that. So guys dug deep, found a way to get the job done.
Coach, I don't believe we've asked you this year about your quarterback, senior Drew Zach. Tell us about what he's meant to your program and the season he's had.
Steady leader, somebody that just does the right thing, whether a coach is watching or not, whether a coach is encouraging or not. Somebody that just manages our offense really well and distributes the ball to our playmakers and does what we ask him to do on a consistent basis. And so proud of the work that he's put in and his commitment to what we're accomplishing. And, yeah, he deserves a lot of credit. I know that, Kyrie gets a lot, and Kyrie went for 300 tonight, but you got to give Drew a lot of credit.
Kyrie went for 300 rushing yards tonight?
Yeah, I think it was 303 was his final with four touchdowns.
Wow.
How many carries? Do you know how many times he carried it tonight?
If I was a betting man, it was over 30.
I mean, look, he was Kyrie Wilson's who we're talking about, the running back for Christ Church Academy.
Derrick Henry's cousin, we learned.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry's cousin, we learned that on the drill when he was in here with Hicken and Prosser. Those are Derrick Henry-type numbers. I mean, 303 yards in a win-or-go-home playoff game. I mean, my gracious, Coach, what a performance.
He did a great job. And like I said, he's got traits that you can't teach, and he does a good job finding the right balance each week of speed and agility versus power, and but we would be not doing our team justice if we didn't give credit to our offensive line, to our tight ends, to our receivers, and then also to our defense for setting up some things for him. So it's the stats are eye-popping a little bit, but it really is a full team effort.
Coach, as we wrap up, it's a victory. It's a playoff victory. You guys continue. And by the way, this game was played at Providence because CCA's stadium is currently being built on the campus. So the game was at Providence, so you guys had to make a little bit of a road trip and won the game. And thank you to Providence for allowing CCA to come over there and do that. Do we know about round two? Do we know what it looks like next week yet?
Yeah, well, first you make a good point. Thank you to Providence for I've got good relationships with the folks over here, Mo as their head coach, and then Ron and Gigi as their ADs. And so thank you so much to them. But it looks like I don't have the final word yet, but I think we're probably going down to the Masters Academy and down in Orlando area. So we'll have our hands full with them, and whoever that is, whether it's them or whether it's somebody else, we've got to get back to work on Monday, ready to get better. And go put the best product we can on the field next Friday.
Well, they are flying the W on Greenland Road, Christchurch Academy. Little Hack will be all sorts of fired up when I find out a playoff victory for the Eagles. Their season continues. Justin Sermon, the head coach of Christchurch. Coach, congratulations on a huge win for the program.
Amen, guys. Thank you for what you do for high school football. God bless you.
Appreciate that, Coach. 300 yards rushing for Kyrie Wilson tonight.
It's unbelievable, man. I mean, we could sit here and hand him the Gatorade Player of the Week every week with the stuff he's doing at Christchurch Academy. 303 and 4 touchdowns tonight for Kyrie Wilson.
That's a pretty good playoff performance. They're hoping for some good playoff performances for Nice coming up in a couple of weeks. They are winners again tonight. Colin Drafts of the Nice Panthers joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Yes, sir. Good win for us again. Appreciate you guys having me as always.
Coach, that's a good Beachside football team. That's a Beachside football team that's put together some nice W's this year, and you guys came out there and I won't say had an easy time, but a relatively easy time beating a good Beachside team tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I agree with what you just said. That's a good team. They were very tough up front defensively, and it certainly was not easy. There were some points in the game where we got ahead by a good margin, but they definitely didn't fold. We kind of had to battle with them all night long, but at the end of the day, we got the win, and was proud of our guys.
Coach, 8-0 speaks for itself. How do you feel about where your team is right now?
Feel good. We've got one left to play. We've got that makeup game versus Bartram, and obviously that's going to be a battle. But we're healthy right now. We're playing good football, and just trying to keep on getting better week after week before we get into the playoffs.
It's interesting, Coach. A lot of schools, in fact, I would say a majority of schools, are taking next week off. You guys made the decision to move the Bartram Trail game to next week. I think there are some pros and cons to that. The pro is you're one of the only games in town, so that's going to be a huge deal in St. Johns County, and it always is when Nice and Bartram get together. But there's a chance that whoever you're playing in round one is going to have a bye week next week. Does that go into your thought process whatsoever?
I haven't thought too much about who we're playing yet. I kind of like what you said to start with right there. I mean, that's going to be a playoff atmosphere next Thursday night. One of the only tickets in town, Nice, Bartram, they still have an outside shot to make the playoffs, So I think it'll be a great tune-up for us, regardless of how the game goes, to get ready for playoff atmosphere. We should be at home for the majority of the playoffs. So why not just treat it like a playoff game and we get a tune-up and go from there?
And look, the Bartram game, it needs to finish out the round table, if you will, but wins over Ponte Vedra, Creekside, St. Augustine, Tocoi Creek, and Beachside. If you guys win next week, you are the undisputed champions of St. Johns County in 2024, and there's not even a conversation to be had.
For sure. We were the first team, I think ever that scheduled every St. Johns County team, except for Pedro. We actually played them in the spring, though. So we have played, after we play Bartram, it'll be all 7 teams, with eight high schools in St. Johns County now, and that was by design. I mean, there's really good football down here, and I remember when I put the schedule out, whenever that was, I got a couple texts right away asking me what the heck I'm doing, with how tough our schedule was, but we wanted to play the best, and to do that, getting inside the county and making sure you're playing all the St. Johns County teams, and obviously we've done a good job with that so far, and we do want to finish the job with the Bartram game next week.
Coach, I want to ask you about your quarterback, Nate Harry. Coming into tonight, I had his numbers at 18-2, 18 touchdowns, 2 picks. What has Nate meant to your team, and how has he been performing?
Yeah, I mean, Nate's a phenomenal player, and I think that he doesn't really get enough credit, to be honest with you, when you talk about the quarterbacks in the area. And look, there's some really good quarterbacks in our area, some big-time Division I guys, and maybe that's not Nate from a recruitment standpoint, but his numbers speak for himself. Like you said, 18 touchdowns, only 2 picks. He had a couple more touchdowns tonight. He's also put in about 350 rushing yards on the ground with 4 or 5 touchdowns. So with us only having played 8 games, if you look at his yards per game and his total touchdowns, he's at the top of the list in Northeast Florida. And most importantly, we're undefeated, which is the most important stat for a quarterback anyway. So I think the world of the kid. He's one of our top leaders in the team, and he just has complete command of the offense. Like I tell our guys, you got to be the point guard of the offense if you play quarterback for us, and he does a phenomenal job with that.
Colin Drafts of Nice, winners tonight over Beachside. They're still perfect on the year. Bartram Trail next week, and what is a huge game down there in St. Johns County. Coach, congratulations.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys.
We talk about Nice. That's crazy that they played all those St. Johns County teams. I just thought of that looking at their schedule. I ask you this every week. And with all due respect to teams that like St. Augustine could be in this conversation, Bowles could be in this conversation, but I'm just talking about the unbeatens. And the unbeatens at this point we're down to, I believe, Rains and Nice.
Right.
Are the only two in the area that are unbeaten. Boy, of those two, man, if they were to play a game, who do you have? Who's the best team right now?
Well, it depends on where it is. If it's at the Graveyard, you might give Rains the edge a little bit. But, man, it's tough. It's like 1A, 1B, and it's hard to tell which one is which. You look at Nice, and their defense has just been outstanding all year. We were just talking about Nate Harry, who doesn't really get a ton of credit, and he should for the performance he's had. 18 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for the quarterback. And he had a couple more, as Coach just said, tonight. Maddox Spencer is a college football prospect, 7 touchdown receptions for them. They've got a cornerback that's got 5 picks. I mean, Nice across the board is very, very good.
Scoreboard update. We will hope to catch up with Ponte Vedra head coach Steve Price. What a win for the Sharks as they beat Creekside tonight. Also, Interlochen over Stanton, Crescent City over Keystone Heights. You had Middleburg over North Marion. Nice win for Middleburg. We talk about Nice over Beachside. Fernandina Beach over West Nassau. That's a playoff game up in Nassau County. Boy, Fernandina Beach gets a little revenge from the regular season. What a win for the Pirates over West Nassau tonight. Oakleaf over Tocoi Creek. It was Menendez over Yulee this evening. We talk about Bartram Trail. They got it done over Ribault. Bishop Kenny, a winner over Providence. Orange Park, a Coy County victory over the Coy Blue Devils tonight. And Episcopal over Ridgeview. More to do. We're going to talk with Donovan Maslin, the head coach of Rains. They were winners one night ago over Atlantic Coast. That conversation coming up. Also, the good doctor, Kevin Murphy. A lot more to do with you for at least another hour. Under the Friday Night Lights, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We are presented by Duck Duck Rooter, Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Of course, all phone calls tonight are courtesy of the Garber Auto Mall phone line. With Andrew Gibson, the hacker Ryan Green with you. Glad you're with us right here under the Friday Night Lights.
I did not see this one coming.
Radio play-by-play is like stepping in a theater in your mind.
As good as it gets.
1010XL, Jacksonville's home for play-by-play.
Hey Googans, Dr. Chris Kopp, PT here with Premier Physical Therapy of Jacksonville. Is pain interfering with your life? Looking for a specialist for the rehab of your young athlete? Whether recovering from injury, surgery, or improving overall function, Premier PT Jax provides personalized treatment with compassionate care. My team of experts are ready to serve you at 3 locations, Ponte Vedra, San Pablo, and US 1 Phillips Highway. Visit PremierPTJax.com or call 904-996-6922. PremierPTJax.com, where your journey to wellness begins.
The Florida Theater welcomes the remarkable Luis Elizondo November 8th, the former head of the Pentagon's UFO program and a #1 New York Times bestseller, shares his incredible insights into the unexplained. Dive deep into the mysteries of the universe and explore the truth behind UFOs like never before. It's your chance to experience a captivating evening filled with intrigue and discovery. Luis Elizondo, November 8th. Get your tickets today at floridatheater.com.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Let's start the debate. Why would someone buy a new car from you? We have an exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle. We offer offer a competitive wow price plus free oil changes. How much will someone get for their trade? We offer more than $4,000 over KBV value. Well, we never lose a trade over price. Okay, when is the best time to buy a car? Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter which side you pick. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, you get it all. Let us show you why we're the winning vote.
The last thing you want to be dealing with this holiday season is a septic emergency. Plan ahead and schedule to have your septic tank pumped out now. Our wonderful team at Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services is standing by and ready for your call. We'll get your septic tank pumped out right away, giving you one less thing you have to worry about this holiday season. Check out our reviews online and give us a ring today. 904-862-6769. That's 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
This is your Mad Dad's Update with Chapter President Donald Ford. In our effort to curb crime, drugs, and violence during the summer months, we are offering Friday Night Lights. It has already started and will be going until school starts back. It is every Friday night from 6:30 to 9:30 at the Blacktop, 5732 Normandy Boulevard, and behind the Potter's House Christian Academy. We manage 3 basketball courts. You are not running on the cement. We have covering on each court. The Lakers, the Magic, and the Heat. Ages 15 to 40 years old. This will give them something to do other than selling drugs and getting into trouble. We have monitors there giving leadership. We have to wake up, stand up, and speak up. Hit me on Facebook and tell me what you think. Or MattDadJacksonville.com.
Hey, Jacksonville Koozies, it's me, Soccer Sam, for Salvatore's Pizza. Rochester, New York's favorite pizza is now open in Jacksonville, Florida, Tapestry Park at the Loft Hotel Plaza. Daily $10 deals, dine in with beer and wine, and delivery at Salvatores.com. The famous Formoso family brings Salvatore's Pizza, Rochester's favorite pizza, including our 32-piece sheet pizza for your next event. Go with me, baby. Salvatores.com.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called the Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank N.A. member FDIC.
I'm Hacker, and I'll get you more Gator Chomps during the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. New episodes drop every Friday. Get Gator Bites where you find podcasts and at 1010XL.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
This is Duran Wiley of Rings High School, and you are listening to the Friday Night Lights post-game show at 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Time now for the Gatorade Player of the Week. Gatorade, the world's #1 sports drink and the proven fuel of high school athletes. Nothing beats Gatorade. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie.
All right, there are a lot of options for the Gatorade Player of the Week. Some unbelievable performances. We like to spread the wealth a little bit on this program. And there was one performance tonight in St. Johns County that was absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, according to Justin Barney, our good friend, Brian Case, the running back for Ponte Vedra, this is at least what we know that he did tonight. He could have had much more than this, but according to Justin Barney, Brian Case has thrown for a touchdown. He also caught a touchdown and ran one in. So
the trifecta.
The trifecta. I remember LaDainian Tomlinson back in the day for the Chargers would have games like that. So, yeah, Brian Case, a catch, a throw, and a run tonight for a score. So those, just those alone will give him the Gatorade Player of the Week.
Donovan Maslin, the head coach of Reigns. They were winners last night over Atlantic Coast. He joins us in less than 3 minutes. Before we get there, the game you heard right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM, Bishop Kenny, a win over Providence. That might lock up a home game in round 1 for Bishop Kenny. Let's talk to their head coach, Tim Kraus, always kind enough to join us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Coach, big win for you guys. Let's talk about the ball game first. That's a good Providence football team. That Providence football team will be in the postseason themselves. So you must be very pleased with the effort of your kids tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. That's a really good football team, a well-coached group of kids too, and just really proud of our guys. We've been really up and down this season, and this was one of those times where I felt like we put it together and played complementary football on both sides of the ball. And just really proud of our kids. Really proud, especially for our seniors in their senior night as well.
Tim, always great to catch up with you, Coach. Derek Heidemann had a great game for you tonight, 4 touchdown passes, I believe. Tell us about the performance of Derek tonight.
Yeah, he played phenomenal. I mean, I don't have the stats, but I mean, he hit just about everything tonight. And did a great job running the football. Had a couple of big carries for us as well. And he's a guy that I think's done a really good job for us. I think as a coach, from time to time when we're playing well or not playing well, sometimes you maybe overinflate the results, and we struggle a little bit on offense. I think as a play caller, I felt like I called the game really conservatively, and tonight we made a concerted effort to put in Derek's hands and go as he goes. And clearly he was able to get our offense rolling a little bit and open things up. Obviously we've got some really good running backs as well. So to be able to throw it as well as he did tonight, I think really helped us play a complete game on offense.
Tim Kraus, the head coach of Bishop Kenny, winners tonight over Providence. Coach, what an interesting year for you guys. It's been like 3 seasons in one. You started 3-0, and then you had a middle stretch there that obviously did not go very well at 0-3. And I got to tell you, after the Parker game, there were a lot of questions, right? I'm sure you guys had questions. And then all of a sudden, you beat Menendez, you beat First Coast, you beat Westside, you beat Providence. Now, 4-game winning streak going into the playoffs. Just talk about the way your program and your kids responded after that Parker game, because it's been darn near flawless ever since.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I appreciate that. It's been a while. No, we played poorly for a couple weeks in a row, and I think we had a little bit of a lull. We played well against Bowles and didn't come away with a win, and had a little bit of a lull. Didn't respond great to that, and then we just got away from kind of our brand of football, which is playing really good defense, protecting the football. And we got into a stretch where we turned it over, which early on in the season we hadn't done. And then the last couple of weeks we've done a much better job of that and protected the ball, played good defense. And tonight we got a little bit more aggressive offensively, and I think it showed that we've got some really, really good players, and we've got kids that are really coachable. They're going to play really tough and hard-nosed football, and when they play together and they play really disciplined, we're pretty darn good.
Coach, did you guys have senior night tonight? I think you did.
We did, yeah. We honored 11 kids tonight that had been in the program 4 years. And, always a really special night for our kids.
What has this senior class meant to you?
Yeah, they've been amazing. I'm a father of 3, and I always think about that with our kids. What I want my kids to look like when they grow up and when they're in high school and when I get a chance to be around them and coach them. And so many of these kids just embody those values that I want, that my wife and I want, is somebody that's resilient, that's competitive, that's respectful, that's coachable, that knows how to take feedback and has a kind heart and really low egos. And I think we've got so many of those kids that are willing to do what we ask them to do. I mean, we're playing 168-pound offensive and defensive linemen both ways. And, when that kid came in, I think Trey Giglio, I think he probably dreamed of playing receiver or throwing the ball around or whatever. And he's done whatever we've asked him to do to play for us. And we've got so many kids just like that. And, it's just inspiring as a coach that, that they trust you that much and that they trust each other, that they're willing to do whatever job they need to do to help our team win.
Coach, final question. Big win tonight. Maybe it means a playoff game at home in 2 weeks. What do we know about seeding and potential opponents?
Yeah, I think we could probably end up anywhere, in the 3 or 4 range. I think now that we won, I think we were looking originally, depending on the result, it being anywhere from 3 to 5. So, I feel like we'll hopefully be locked into the 3 seed and get a home playoff game, which would be good for us. But, there's still a couple of games. Wakulla out in the Panhandle still has to play 2 more games. So that could shake things up a little bit out there. I know they lost this evening, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's just a great opportunity for our team, especially playing well tonight. To feel like we're an ascending team. Like we're getting better at this point in the year. We got over our doldrums there in the middle of the year and are starting to play better. Tim
Kraus of Bishop Kenny, winners tonight over Providence. They cap off their regular season with a 7-3 mark, correct? And they will get ready for round 1 of the playoffs 2 weeks from tonight. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend.
You know Tim Kraus very well. You called those games for many years. Boy, again, after that Parker game, that season could have gone off the rails a little bit. Kudos to him and his staff. Winners of 4 in a row, playing their best football of the year.
Yeah, I think they got healthy. I think they also, kind of woke up a little bit. They had that stretch in September where they lost 3 games in a row, and they had to kind of challenge themselves and wake up, and they've turned it around. You know, I have a special appreciation for a program like Bishop Kenny because they play Ironman football, man. They play both ways, and I played that way when I played high school football. When you're 175 pounds, guess what you're doing with Ironman football? You're playing wide receiver and you're playing corner. That's most of the time what you're going to do. You know, some of these schools that are bigger, they have bigger rosters and they can play offense and defense. But if you're a school like Bishop Kenny and where I came from, a smaller 1A school, you're playing both ways, and you have a great appreciation for teams that do that.
I remember we had linebacker injuries my JV year, and I played fullback and linebacker in the same game.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I was going to die the next day. I was so exhausted. But, yeah, there's a lot of schools that do that and a lot of young men that do that, and kudos to them for doing that because that's very impressive. Kudos to Raines. They were winners last night over Atlantic Coast. Their head coach is Donovan Maslin. Earlier on, I had the time and had the opportunity to catch up with Donovan Maslin. They capped off an undefeated regular season one night ago. Here's that conversation with the Raines football head coach right here under the Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights continues, 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Of course, a lot of games took place last night, and that includes the Raines Vikings capping off an undefeated regular season. Raines over Atlantic Coast last night, 48-0. The head coach of Raines is Donovan Maslin. He's always kind enough to join us here on 1010XL. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Final regular season game for you guys and a 48-0 performance, Coach. You must be very, very pleased.
Yeah, I just wanted to, wanted to come out and, put a good showing for the community and the fans for the last, regular season game of the season. And, the kids came out focused. They came out determined in all 3 phases of the game. So I'm excited for them and, the performance that they showed last night.
The book is not written on this football team. That'll come in the postseason. But for the here and now, 9-0, a perfect regular season. Coach, how much does that mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot. The coaching staff and, the players put a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of dedication into this season, so it's good to come out, to win, all games on your schedule. And, you set out to go undefeated every year. If that's not your goal, you shouldn't be coaching or playing football. So, and once it comes to fruition, it's great, to see the fruits of the labor that the kids have put in and, the time that they put in together. And it's just great confidence builders going into the playoffs.
A couple more for Donovan Maslin, the head coach of Raines. 9 victories for you guys. 6 of those 9, the opponent did not score more than 14 points. What does that say about your defense?
It says that they're ready, to compete at a high level, through this stretch. Some things we wanted to make sure that we cleaned up on the back end and the secondary throughout the season. Giving up some plays and, in the passing game. And we want to, throughout the season, want to see, those guys step up to the challenge, to show that they can compete at a high level week in and week out, and they've shown it. So just coming together collectively and just playing, great up front, great, at the second level, and, just continuing to get better week in and week out, to get that confidence going into the playoffs. So it's great to see the defense rolling. Because we know you can't win ball games without a defense.
Because of what the FHSA did in extending the regular season by a week, you now have a bye week, right? Going into the postseason, that begins 2 weeks from tonight. How are you going to use these 2 weeks prior to postseason play?
To make sure that we clean up the small detail things about what it is that Raines football needs to do better. Just continue to work. Continue to grind, continue to compete in practice and make each other better going into the playoffs. So you're going to use it very smart, be, technical about what we want our kids to be able to do throughout this bye week and, get some nicks and bruises all cleaned up and, make sure that we're healthy going into the playoffs and, to give, our best run at a state title.
Certainly some things have to transpire tonight, potentially next week. Do you have any sort of idea what 2 weeks from tonight is going to look for you guys?
I'm hearing Panama City Bay right now. But, it can change. So we just, focusing on Reigns and making sure that we're ready for whoever the matchup may be. Because, like I tell my kids, it matters not the opponent. It's all about, what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong at the time of ball play. So we just got to make sure that we're controlling what we can control. And, that is how we prepare and that is how we perform. So we just want to make sure that we continue to focus on that.
Coach, final question. Obviously, postseason success has come to you guys at Reigns, a lot of playoff victories in your time there. How much will that get you guys ready for another run here in 2024?
The experience is definitely at an all-time high. The coaching staff has been to the playoffs, numerous games, won, numerous titles. So I think the experience of the staff and then the experience of the players that were on previous teams that, came up short in some games. I think the feeling of, failure, they don't want to, have that feeling anymore. So I think they're hungry, they're dedicated, they're focused on, getting the job done week in and week out and making sure that we earn the right to continue to play the following week in the playoffs. And, that's what our mindset is on. That's what we focus at.
A perfect 9-0 regular season for the Reigns Vikings. They will be off next week. They will start postseason play 2 weeks from tonight. Donovan Maslin of Reigns, congratulations on a terrific year so far, Coach.
Thank you so much. Thank you for what you do for high school sports.
There you go, Donovan Maslin of Reigns, winners last night. And I got to tell you, Gibby, big win for the Vikings. We talk about them. We talk about Nice. And you talk about public schools, right? Just the public school side of things for a moment. I would think Bradford County, right? Nice, Reigns, St. Augustine, potentially Mandarin. And then you got, Ponte Vedra is another one. Right. There are some public school programs in our area that could make really deep runs into the postseason.
Yeah, and there's a handful, like we just talked about, that are still undefeated. Nice is undefeated. Reigns is undefeated. In the regular season, they've just finished those off. And, some teams have that final game next week, and then they'll have a few weeks off for the playoffs begin. But, yeah, the credit goes to, and it's spanning multiple counties. It's Duval. It's St. John's. There's many public schools this year in this area that are really good.
It is the Friday Night Lights postgame. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We are presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Of course, all phone calls tonight are courtesy of the Garber Auto Mall phone line. We'll try to squeeze in a couple more Victoria's head coaches from this evening. I also want to catch up with Marty Lee, the head coach of First Coast. They were winners one night ago. Also, Verlin Dormany of Trinity Christian. They were winners one night ago as well. Again, most of the Duval County home games took place on Thursday this week because of a cocktail party that's going on in downtown Jacksonville tomorrow, beginning at 3:30. As the Friday Night Lights roll on with Andrew Gibson, the hacker Ryan Green with you, it's 1010XL and it's 92.5 FM. Awaken 180 weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss. I'm down 109 pounds in about 7.5 months, and it's all thanks to the best weight loss program I've ever been on. I love the reactions. The reactions never get old. People that haven't seen me in a while, their jaw just hits the floor, man. They can't believe it. My driver's license picture, it looks like a different human being. I went from 317 pounds in late February to 208 pounds this morning. 109 pounds of weight loss thanks to the best weight loss program I've ever been on. If you need to lose 100 pounds, if you need to lose 20 pounds, any point in between, do yourself a favor. Go to awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com. That company, that program is changing lives. I'm one of them. You could be the next. Trust me. Take it from a guy who's lost over 100 pounds with him and get involved with Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
It's just the Jags and the NFL.
That's all I ever think about.
Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony bring you Jaguars Today.
Exactly.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studio.
Let's do this, shall we?
10 to noon on
1010XL.
Bueller Air & Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a gravy taster from Jacksonville, Florida, me, Dennis Mosley. Hi, Ken. Okay, Dennis. 100 plumbers surveyed, top answer on the board. What does it mean if someone says your home has hard water? It's made of ice? Let's see. Hard water. Oh, is it club soda mixed 4-to-1 with vodka?
Last chance, Dennis. What is hard water?
Oh, is it that lime scale stuff that makes my taps all crusty?
That's right, Dennis. And a water treatment system from Bueller Air and Plumbing will eliminate troublesome lime-scale deposits that can ruin your expensive appliances and let your neighbors know for sure that you are cool.
I wonder if I can get me a gin and tonic faucet.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body for as long as you can. Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete.
From Gatorade Zero to Gatorade Endurance Formula and Gator Light, there's something for every athlete. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Gatorade, official partner of the NFL.
I'm Taylor Rose with our Remedy Staffing Westside office off of Normandy Boulevard. We are helping great people find great jobs. Remedy has helped some of the best employers in Jacksonville find talented job seekers like you for over 25 years. Our current job openings range from entry-level distribution center pickers to equipment operators. Apply today at remedygoodjobs.com. Don't wait. Apply at remedygoodjobs.com now.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Get off the ladder and put on the helmet with Gutter Helmet of North Florida. We are family owned and manufactured locally. Cleaning your gutters is a dangerous and dirty job. That's why with Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. Water goes in your gutters while trash and debris go on the ground. It won't collect like filters do. Gutter Helmet protects. Call now for 10% off and a free gutter cleaning and tune-up with your purchase of Gutter Helmet. Call 904-762-7779.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O.
If you want high-quality water in your home at a fair price that won't scare you to death, then talk to someone who knows water and is not a pushy salesman. Contact your local water boy, Keith. I install premium equipment and can repair or even rebuild your existing system. In a business known for aggressive sales tactics, let me show you how my approach is different. If you've got any water problems, contact the water boy at waterboyjack.com.
3D Digital has you covered for any of your business's digital marketing needs. From producing award-winning videos to getting those digital ads to follow your customers around the internet, our team has your back. Visit 3ddigital.com or give us a call at 904-712-4004 to schedule a free consultation today. 904-712-4004.
Googan Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. Brought to you by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL. Now, the collision of the week. Brought to you by San Jose Collision.
Well, it's a huge weekend here in Jacksonville. We have this rivalry matchup coming up tomorrow afternoon called the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, Florida and Georgia. And speaking of rivalries, that's a fierce one. Another fierce one in Nassau County, Fernandina Beach and West Nassau. They got together tonight on the gridiron, and Fernandina Beach with a 24-20 victory. It's sponsored by San Jose Collision. That's our collision of the week, and it's what it is each week. We give you the best matchup, and this one going into it, Hack, we knew that Fernandina Beach and West Nassau, let's just say they don't care for one another.
They've exchanged pleasantries over the years.
And this was a great matchup. We're going to have the Fernandina head coach here in just a second. But 24-20 the final. Fernandina Beach over West Nassau. That's our San Jose Collision of the week. The best matchup of the week goes to those two. San Jose Collision. Find them in the Mandarin area, San Jose Boulevard, for any auto body needs. Paint, you need repair for anything that you might have done to your car, truck, whatever it might be. San Jose Collision and Mandarin on San Jose Boulevard. They can fix you right up.
Blake Willis is the head coach of Fernandina Beach. He joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, how we doing?
I'm doing awesome. How are you guys doing?
I imagine you are doing awesome. A big rivalry game, a playoff game, the second meeting of the year. You guys get revenge. It doesn't get a whole lot sweeter than this, does it, Coach?
Oh, no, it was an awesome game. I couldn't be more happy for our guys, our whole team, coaches. It was just all around a great effort by everybody.
Coach Willis, take us through the game. How did it go? How did you guys come out victorious in this big rivalry matchup?
It was pretty close the whole way through. I think we were down going into the fourth quarter. It was kind of back and forth a little bit. We had some stops on defense. Then we finally, pulled it together in the fourth quarter and got up 24-20 and ran the clock out and got a big stop on defense on a fourth down, and it kind of sealed the deal for us because we could run some clock out. So.
Now look, you guys got unfinished business left. You're advancing, right? But for the here and now, I know the celebration's on. I mean, take us on the field, in the stands. I can't imagine the scene out there. I wouldn't think Fernandina and West Nassau have met too many times in a win-or-go-home playoff scenario. Obviously, that was the case tonight. I imagine the alumni, the students, everybody for Fernandina Beach is on cloud nine right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Actually, the last time that this happened was the last time we went to the playoffs. Our last playoff year was about 5 years ago. We beat West Nassau in the first round that time, too. So it's happened before, but it hasn't been too many times. But it was, everybody was super ecstatic. We were, hanging out in the field for a good bit after, didn't want to head home because we were soaking it all in.
Coach, take us, for people that don't know, the Fernandina Beach West Nassau rivalry. Take us kind of behind the curtain on what that rivalry is like.
Well, we're with Cross County. We don't. They don't like us. We don't like them a whole lot. I mean, when we're on we're meeting each other on the gridiron and stuff like that in competitions. I know whenever when I was playing here at Fernandina, my junior year, we had a pretty good team. We went 8-2, and one of our losses was an upset loss to them. So I mean, it's the kind of deal where it goes back and forth. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes we might be a little bit better. But the years when we're both pretty good, it's pretty awesome to see the games that we have, and we can get after it and have good games like we had tonight.
Final moments, Blake Willis of Fernandina Beach. All right, Coach, you advance. Your season continues. Do we know what it looks like next week?
We actually haven't heard who we're going to be playing yet. I know it's between Paxton and Lake Weir. We've been trying to find the score to it, and we haven't really been successful.
Well, let me pull it up. I know Paxton was winning that game in the second half. We'll try to get a score for you on that game, assuming it is Paxton. Again, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I want to say Paxton was winning that game by a good 2 possessions. Either way, I mean, you're in the playoffs in round number 2. You got to be very pleased with your kids and the direction of the program this season.
Yeah, being my first year taking over, and how the guys, the players have kind of bought into what we're trying to do, and we still got a ways to go, but we're making huge strides, and making this a winning program, and where we're competing for these championships every year, and I couldn't be more happy for them.
Coach, I mean, you guys not only got a huge rivalry victory tonight, but it was your first one in just a little bit. So what did that mean in totality, getting a rivalry win plus the first one you guys have had in a few weeks?
Yeah, we've been kind of down these past few weeks. We had a tough stretch with all the reschedules, the hurricanes and stuff like that, and we've been having to suffer from injuries and stuff too. So yeah, the guys were we've been pretty down with all that stuff, but we got lucky and had some guys that were able to come back from the injuries, and we kind of had a good week of practice, and everything just kind of clicked with it. So just at the right time.
Well, Coach,
it worked out for us.
Congratulations on a big in-county win. Once we get a final score on that Paxson game, we will pass it along. But one way or the other, you're playing next week, and congrats on doing that, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Blake Willis of Fernandina Beach, big winners tonight over West Nassau, and you could tell that was a big deal up in Nassau County.
Yeah, you could tell. I mean, and Blake mentioned that he was a player for Fernandina Beach, so he, much like another player that would play and know what goes on with that rivalry, those guys would know. Guys that played in the rivalry certainly know what goes on, and credit to them for, look, man, it's been a tough stretch. They lost 4 games in a row prior to tonight, and, for West Nassau to get a win against West Nassau for Fernandina tonight was certainly big.
We talk about rivalries. Let's go to St. Johns County. Another really good rivalry tonight is Ponte Vedra and Creekside. 2 really good football teams going at it. 2 schools that are almost like forever linked for when they opened up. And Ponte Vedra gets it done. The Sharks are winners tonight. Their head coach is Steve Price. He joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, thank you very much. It was a great night at the Shark Tank.
Boy, that's a big win. And any time you beat Creekside, we know about the rivalry. Like we said, you guys are forever linked, Creekside and Ponte Vedra and Creekside, 2 good football teams this year. You guys got it done in the fourth quarter, and you must be very, very pleased.
We are. I thought our kids showed tremendous toughness and physicality throughout the game and had great resiliency. It was a great high school football game. Their kids made some unbelievable plays. Our kids made some unbelievable plays. It was just very entertaining and was a huge battle of wills and it was a great high school game. Proud of our kids, man.
Coach, I got to ask you about the performance tonight of your running back, Brian Case. I mean, last check he had 3 rushing touchdowns. He caught one and threw one. What an incredible performance by him.
Yeah, and he sold popcorn at halftime. And,
right.
No, boy, what a heck of a football game. And I told one of the reporters, I said, he's a tremendous player. He's certainly one of the best players I've ever coached. But as good of a player as he is, he's a better person. Tremendous student, just an outstanding representative of our community. And for him to have that night on senior night, I'm really, really happy for him and proud of him. And I can't really say enough about him. I'm just really proud of him.
You can tell that young man, he was our player of the night, our Gatorade player of the night here on 1010XL. What an accomplishment, what a performance by Ponte Vedra. Coach, your regular season is in the books. You're going into the postseason on a 4-game winning streak. How do you feel about the squad heading into the playoffs?
I feel like we're good. I feel like we can play with anybody in the state. And, we've lost a couple of heartbreakers, but, our guys have been resilient. They practice hard. They love each other. And they're talented. And when you have all those ingredients, I think you have potential to have a really, really special season. And, we're in the midst of it right now. We want to just keep it going. I do think it's nice that we played the 2 games in a week with the Hurricanes so that we have next Friday off so we can kind of heal up. Because I tell you what, this was a war tonight with Creekside. There was some hitting going on, and really glad that we got a little bit of time.
Gotta love those fierce rivalries. Coach, you guys went 5-0 at home this year in the regular season. What is it about the Shark Tank that kind of brings out the best in your guys?
Well, I tell you what, now our student section is great. They come out, they support our guys, and we love the Shark Tank. Sometimes it gets a little mucky. That we're built on a swamp, and it gets a little dicey there if it rains. But we love our home field, and hopefully we're able to play at home first round of the playoffs.
And Coach, final question: what do we know 2 weeks from tonight? Seeding, opponent? Do we have any information on that?
I got a guess. My guess is that we're either going to be playing Fleming Island at Fleming Island or Beachside at home. That's a guess, but I don't think anybody knows. Hey, can I also say one thing? Brad Kennington retired tonight, rest his last game. He's the head of the association. My hat's off to him and his crew and what he's done for football in this area. I want to mention that. We need more and more good officials coming out, and I just wanted to mention that.
Coach, appreciate that. Appreciate the win for you guys tonight, and we always thank you for coming on the post-game show. Best of luck in a couple of weeks. We hope we're talking to you 2 weeks from tonight.
Thanks, Hacker. Thanks for everything you do for high school football.
Steve Price of Ponte Vedra. That's a big win. That's a good Creekside football team that Ponte Vedra beat tonight.
Yeah, and like I said, Ponte Vedra went undefeated at home this year, and a very good team. And he's right about officials, by the way. That's a tough job, man. You go out there and
everybody hates you.
Exactly.
Everybody's booing you and say, "What are you doing?" Exactly.
And so those officials, sometimes we think, oh, how hard can it be? Can you call holding? How did you miss that? It's a tough deal now. Go out there and put yourself in those shoes, and you got to have some thick skin to be out there and be an official. And credit to those guys and gals that do it.
We've reached the 11 o'clock hour. We'll catch up with Marty Lee of First Coast. They were winners last night over Jackson. Also, Verlin Dormany of Trinity Christian. They were winners last night over Fletcher. We might try to squeeze in another victorious head coach or two from this evening. Got about 30 minutes to go under the Friday Night Lights. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. And as always, we always thank Southeast Orthopedic Specialist for their continued support of the Friday Night Lights postgame. The good Dr. Kevin Murphy and the folks at Southeast Ortho have been with us for a long time. se-ortho.com is their website. They love high school football, and they are a big, big part of what we do with our high school coverage here on 1010XL. The Garber Auto Mall phone line is responsible for all the coaches this evening. More to do as the Friday Night Lights roll on. We're presented by Duck Duck Rooter, Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning, right here on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM.
Wherever you go, there we are.
I know. I checked online.
1010XL is on your smartphone and tablet. Download our free app for all devices and take us with you around Duval and around the world.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Let's start the debate. Why would someone buy a new car from you? We have an exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle. We offer a competitive wow price plus free oil changes. How much will someone get for their trade? We offer more than $4,000 over KBV value. Well, we never lose a trade over price. Okay, when is the best time to buy a car? Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter which side you pick. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, you get it all. Let us show you why we're the winning vote.
Hey Googans, Dr. Chris Kopp, PT here with Premier Physical Therapy of Jacksonville. Is pain interfering with your life? Looking for a specialist for the rehab of your young athlete? Whether recovering from injury, surgery, or improving overall function, Premier PT Jax provides personalized treatment with compassionate care. My team of experts are ready to serve you at 3 locations: Ponte Vedra, San Pablo, and US 1 Phillips Highway. Visit PremierPTJax.com or call 904-996-6922. PremierPTJax.com, where your journey to wellness begins.
Swammin, when was the last time that you cleaned your air ducts?
Dad, I manage the air duct cleaning at Zero Res. Trust me, my ducts are cleaner than the plates after Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, I hope so, but it's not just you I'm thinking of. Everyone in Jacksonville should get their air ducts cleaned before the holidays.
You're right. Even though we don't blast the heat like up north, we still trap dust and allergens when the windows stay shut. All that gunk just recirculates through your home and makes your air quality worse.
So you're saying Zero Res air duct cleaning keeps my air fresh and ready for my holiday guests?
Exactly. Clean ducts means cleaner air, just in time for Thanksgiving. Plus, we've got a November special running right now. Call Zero Res today and we'll give you $50 off. No more dust, just fresh, clean air for you and your family this holiday season.
Sounds good, son. Now, how about that family discount?
We'll see, Dad.
Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com or call now. Zero Res,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Yo, it's your boy E.T. here, and come watch the Jags-Eagles game with me. That's right, I'll be at Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra on Sunday. $9 pitchers, best wings in town, and the NFL package with all the games on. They've got 54 TVs in that thing, so you won't miss anything. I'll be giving out some swag, too, from 1010XL and Mr. Chubby's. It's going to be a party, so make sure you come say hi. Again, $9 pitches this Sunday at 4. Eagles Jags at Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra. Mr. Chubby's Wings, proud partner of your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Bull riding. The perfect fusion of strength, skill, and pure willpower. Professional bull riders aren't just athletes. They're daredevils with cowboy souls. Come experience the true modern West, where 8 seconds of glory will create a lifetime of memories. It's the Michelob Ultra PBR Jacksonville at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena, February 22nd and 23rd. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com and PBR.com. Hold on tight. The ride of your life is about to begin.
Mia here. When it comes to roofing, whether it be shingles, metal, or most repairs, there is one name that has protected your home since 1999. Pro-Jax Roofing. Serving all of Northeast Florida, Mike and his guys have been repairing and replacing roofs for 25 years. Need insurance help? Mike's team can help. Raised in a military family, Mike provides great attention to detail with unparalleled quality and workmanship. They also have warranties, so you can have peace of mind. Call Mike today for a free estimate or online at ProJaxRoofingFL.com.
Hacker here, and guys, the countdown is over. I didn't just hit the 100-pound mark. I blew past it thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. 107 pounds gone just like that. More weight than a quarter keg of beer. Speaking of beer, here's where it gets fun. We're throwing a big celebration at Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra Beach. Yeah, you heard that right. A weight loss party at Mr. Chubby's. The irony's juicier than their wings, but here's the thing. I can celebrate at Mr. Chubby's and still keep the pounds off. If you didn't know, yes, wings are still on the menu while losing weight with Awaken 180 weight loss. Join me in 1010XL on November 9th for the Florida and Texas game, and you could win a spot at my table. Food is included. There'll be ticket giveaways and more for the celebration. If I can shed a whole Mr. Chubby and still throw a party at one, what's holding you back? Call Awaken 180, 844-346-1800, or hit up Awaken180weightloss.com, and let's get it done.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser share the huddle with Freddie T. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers.
Fred Taylor, he's a candidate to go the distance.
On 1010XL. 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Who's a winner?
Now, the Premier Physical Therapy Premier Win of the Night.
A lot of options for this. Again, thank you to Premier Physical Therapy, Dr. Chris Kopp, PremierPTJax.com. That's PremierPTJax.com. That's the place to take your young athletes, man. 25 years of experience in our area. They treat both adults and kids. Again, Dr. Chris Kopp, long-standing doctor, and his staff, PremierPTJax.com is their website, Premier Physical Therapy, and we thank them for sponsoring the premier win of the night. Gibby, we got to give it to St. Augustine. One night ago, a battle of heavyweights in Northeast Florida. St. Augustine over Mandarin last night. 38-26, a great win for the Yellow Jackets, and because of that, they are our premier win of the night.
Yeah, you got to give it to them. St. Augustine's been outstanding this year. Their only loss this year was a 1-point loss to Nice, and Nice is undefeated. So that just tells you how good St. Augustine is. They went to the state championship game last year. We had Coach Braddock on earlier tonight. They're a team that's riding high on their way to the postseason, and I expect them to make another great run.
It was a good win tonight out in Clay County for Middleburg. Head coach Ryan Wolf of Middleburg joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate it, guys.
Coach, let's talk about the win over North Marion, 26-21. You guys got it done in the fourth quarter. Take us through it. A nail-biter there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, we got out to a pretty good lead, and then they fought back, and we had a tough time on defense getting off the field. In the third and fourth quarter, they came back, took the lead, and then we had a shot play late and put us up, missed a 2-point conversion, but still put us up to hold out the lead. And, they threw an interception on that last drive to kind of seal the deal.
Coach, single out a few of your guys tonight. Tell us about some good performances.
I mean, Carson Stewart's had a great season. He had a great night. Our quarterback, wide receiver Jordan Williams had a great night. Our D tackle BJ Carter had a great fourth quarter. Joel Lowe, he
like I said, had an interception to seal the deal. Both of our backs had pretty good nights, Travis Pinkard and Jordan Grace. But like I said, it was one of those kind of team wins, you know.
Ryan Wolf of Middleburg, winners over North Marion, 26-21. Coach, your final game of the regular season caps off a 7-3 regular season. First and foremost, what do we know about the playoffs in a couple of weeks? Where do you guys stand right now?
That should put us as the 8th seed. But I don't know where we're traveling yet. I've heard that it could be Lincoln. I think Lincoln might have beat somebody, and they might have jumped up. And I think Mosley lost. So I don't think we'll really know probably until Tuesday who we got. But it looks like we'll be the 8th seed, which is pretty awesome. That's the first time that Middleburg High School's ever went to the playoffs 3 straight years. So that's something that we can be really proud of as a program.
Well, and with that as a backdrop, that means tonight was basically a playoff game for you guys, right? And to have to basically a must-win situation, and your kids got it done. Boy, you must be unbelievably proud.
No, we're happy, and that's kind of what we said all week. Like, this is really round 1 of the playoffs. We knew we had to win to get in. We knew if we won, we got in. I mean, there was still a small chance. Like, if we lost and Childs lost, we would probably still get in. But I'd rather have faith in our hands and let's go ahead and win it and not have to worry about who does this and who wins and who loses. I think Childs won tonight anyway over Swanee. So if we lost, like I tried to do, like nobody knows the formula on how to get in, but like I tried to do some math and like it would have came down to like decimal points if we would have got in or not. So I was glad that we were able to handle our business and just take care of it and leave fate in our own hands.
You know, it's interesting. I've heard coaches talk about that. I actually heard on our station tonight, Mark Thorson, the athletic director at Bishop Kenny, was talking about how nobody really knows the formula for the playoffs. So, like, how do you approach that as a head coach?
My approach is, look, guys, we win, we're in. Like, if we don't win, we're probably not in. So, like, let's take care of business. Let's let us handle our own fate rather than chance and some algorithm that nobody knows what goes into it.
Well, congratulations, Coach. A victory over North Marion. It looks like Middleburg is playoff bound, a bye week next week, and, of course, the playoffs will begin 2 weeks from tonight. Ryan Wolf of Middleburg. Congrats, Coach.
Appreciate it, fellas.
As we mentioned, one night ago, there were a lot of games in Duval County because of the Florida-Georgia festivities going on. One of those games was Trinity Christian and Fletcher. Head coach Verlin Dormany of Trinity Christian, they got it done 35-21. A good win for Trinity over a good Fletcher team. Earlier on, I had the opportunity to catch up with Verlin Dormany of Trinity Christian. Here is that conversation under the Friday Night Lights. Back here under the Friday Night Lights, 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Of course, a lot of Duval County schools played last night, which includes Trinity Christian. Boy, they got a big win over Fletcher. It's going to give them a lot of confidence heading in to the postseason. That caps off a 7-3 regular season mark for Trinity Christian. Their head coach is Verlin Dormany, and he's always kind enough to join us here on 1010XL. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, Shaq. I appreciate it.
Coach, that's a big win, right? Whenever you guys play a big public school program like Fletcher, that's always a good game. And, boy, last night, a 2-touchdown victory. You must have been very pleased.
You know, we were. Our kids have gotten better each week because we're playing with such young kids this year. But we were proud of how they performed last night and, finished with a win. And, now I got a week off before we get to these playoffs and, just kind of see where it lands and what we got to do.
I asked you this last week, but it's even more apparent now after 4 wins in a row to close out the regular season. Look, it's always fun to go 10-0 and have 5, 4-star prospects that are going to Division I colleges and beat teams 50-0. But you did have a lot of young kids this year, and it's clear that how they're playing now is considerably better than how they were playing in September. How rewarding has that been for you and your staff?
You know what? It's huge. It really is a lot of fun coaching them because they're just 28 sophomores, and I think I have about 12, 15 juniors, and they're just soaking it up. They're working hard every day. We got some. We've got an offensive line situation figured out. kids have been doing a great job there. Where early on we just weren't able to run the football, and now they're getting off the ball and able to. Kids are running the ball better, and that opens up the passing game better. So playing 2 quarterbacks, and they're both doing really good. And so offense has gotten a whole lot better than we have been. I think after probably about week 2, we started getting better. And then, defense. The defense is playing well. We're just playing with a lot of young kids. And, with that, you get a lot of young mistakes. So we're just trying to keep correcting them and get better each week.
I was going to ask you that to follow up on that, the biggest differences between where you guys were in September to where you are now. Is it repetitions? I mean, is it practice? I mean, is it as simple as that?
Absolutely. I mean, I tell our coaches all the time, spend a lot less time talking and more time repping, and rep it right, because, I mean, you can talk to these kids now, and it's in one ear and out the other, they're not listening, but if you can rep it, as soon as the rep is over, explain, okay, this is what we didn't do right, this is what we have to do, and I think with us, that's just gotten us better all season long, just, working every day in practice and grinding.
Couple of more for Verlin Dormany, Trinity Christian's head coach. They were winners last night over Fletcher to finish off a 7-3 regular season. Coach, because the FHSAA did what they did and extended the season by a week because of all the storms interfering with the schedule, you guys now have a bye week, right, going into the playoffs. How are you going to use the bye week?
Well, a lot of it is we just got to heal up. We got some kids with shoulder problems and, a couple of ankles, and it'll give us time to, just heal and get back, at it again on Monday, and just, kind of probably light practice next week. And, you really don't know. You kind of have an idea who you're going to play, but you really don't know who you're going to play until everything's said and done, and they come out with the final rankings in this region. So, it's just kind of a wait-and-see thing, but we give our kids a chance to heal and give us a little more chance to teach and get better.
Final question, Coach, to that point of who you're going to play. I mean, some teams are playing next week, but a lot of teams aren't. I mean, it's going to be weird. I would imagine some teams are going to know who they're playing as early as tomorrow morning. Some teams aren't maybe going to know for another week or so. Do you have a pretty good idea as to what that first round is going to look like?
Well, I mean, as of right now, it looks like we will play Impact Christian, because we're the 3 seed in the region, and we're a district champion. So, maybe that, I don't know what happens, if I know University has 2 games left. They play tonight and then next week. That can move them up or down. Providence, I know, plays Bishop Kenny tonight. That could have a bearing on them being in the 1 spot. So, you don't know. I mean, I can't figure out the ranking formula by no means. You can win ball games and drop, and teams that are number 1 can lose a ball game and stay number 1 to a team that's 2 and 5. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But hey, it is what it is. So you just control the things that you can control and find out who you got to play. Go play.
Verlin Dormany, the head coach of Trinity Christian, winners last night over Fletcher to finish off a 7-3 regular season. Coach, thank you for joining us. Congrats on the win, and we'll talk to you in round 1 of the playoffs.
Hey, thanks, Hack. I appreciate you calling me, bud.
It's the ultimate tailgate. Someone's going to win a tailgate combo pack from Southern Steer Butcher.
Valued at $100.
And it could be you.
Monthly winners get a Corona tailgate tent with a cooler, chair, and
collectible football.
Enter at 1010XL.com.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Got a cracked windshield? Not only is it dangerous, but did you know it's also illegal? Call Baker Glass. Mack and his crew use the best auto glass in the market, and they accept most insurance. Plus, all new windshields come with a full warranty. From cars, to trucks, to RVs, you can count on Baker Glass to be fast and friendly. Just check out their Google reviews. Come see us at the shop on Casta Avenue, or we can come to you at your home or business.
I'm Mac with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
How many professional golfers have won the Grand Slam, all 4 majors, in one calendar year?
With hurricane season now here, the only weather you need to be concerned about is whether your homeowner's insurance policy will cover you in the event of storm damage. Ask about Southern Oak Insurance today.
Our family protecting yours, Southern Oak Insurance.
The only golfer to win golf's Grand Slam in one calendar year was Bobby Jones in 1930.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Prosser here. I've been telling you for years about Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season finally upon us. Imagine watching your favorite team in your new Lifetime Man Cave, family hangout, or Lifetime's version of a she shed. And now Lifetime is expanding their replacement window division. Make your home energy efficient with their Energy Star rated windows. Enclosures, flooring, and windows to fit any and all budgets. Visit the showroom just off Phillips Highway. Proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let Lifetime be your home team.
If you're looking for custom metalwork, look no further than Superior Fence and Rail. Whether it's custom railing, shade structures, or custom entry gates, their expert team controls the turnkey process. From CAD design and raw metal to powder-coated finish and expert installation. When you choose Superior Fence and Rail for your custom metal project, you get a project that's, well, superior. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
Hello there. Brendan from Play It Again Sports here to congratulate all the parents for surviving another summer. The kiddos are back to school, and you know what that means? Sports are back. But don't fret. Play It Again Sports has the gear you need at prices worthy of excessive celebration. From sluggers and shooters to clappers and benders, Play It Again Sports can turn your kids into goats. Stop in today on Merrill Road near 295 or online at playitagainjacks.com.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
Injured in an accident? Have mounting medical bills? Can't work? Don't worry. Zach's got your back. I'm Zach Von Rowan of Von Rowan Law. I will fight for the compensation that you deserve. Set up your free consultation at zachsgotyourback.com.
Get the latest on the Gators from one of the greatest Gators.
Touchdown, Gators!
Chris Doering joins Dan and Jeff on the drill Tuesday morning on 1010XL.
Go Gators!
Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah. 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville, the Friday night lights shine bright.
Friday Night Lights.
Presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Back here under the Friday Night Lights, 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Of course, a lot of Duval County programs played their games one night ago, and that includes First Coast, who ends their regular season with a victory over Jackson. The head coach of First Coast is my buddy Marty Lee, and he's always kind enough to join us here on 1010XL. Coach, how we doing?
I'm doing great, buddy. It's fun to be here at school on a Friday morning. You know, the old saying goes, I was looking for a victory and found one, so it's a good day on Friday.
It was a defensive battle last night, no question about it. You guys got the job done 6-0 in the regular season finale. Boy, talk about the effort of your defense.
Boy, it was a great job by those guys. They've been playing really well, Hack, the last couple of weeks. And offensively, we've just been struggling. You know, we've given up, and it's hard to believe, 40 points on offense to the opposing teams in the last 3 weeks. And last night, you know, I thought we were going to do the same thing. You know, we dropped 2 touchdowns and we fumbled inside the red zone. But, you know, the defense came out strong. Jackson took the first drive and did a read option and ran it down to the 4-yard line. And then the defense bowed up 4 straight plays. And then we were able to kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. So very proud of that young defense and what they're doing.
Boy, I imagine, Coach, ending the regular season with a victory like that, a shutout victory on top of it, that's got to make you, your staff, and that program feel really good going into this offseason.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, you know, we got eliminated from the playoffs last week, and so we knew this game was a springboard for the offseason. And so you wanted to go into that feeling good about where you are, especially with the young football team that we have. You know, we're playing almost 14 underclassmen. And so to be able to win the ball game, to get a shutout, kind of sets the tone for the off season. Because now what you want to do is you want to get the guys in there and the linemen start doing some mat drills. You want to get the skill guys get ready for track. And then you want to get your off-season weight program going. And I'm really excited about our principal, Dr. Williams. He's going to establish us a weightlifting class next year, which we haven't had here in a couple of years. And that's going to put us on the same par as some of these other schools. And that makes a big difference. And then, again, work on those academics, try to make sure these kids are doing what they need to do in the classroom. You know, so many times you hear kids talk about, I want to go to college, I want to go to the next level. But they don't understand that academics plays a huge part of that. And so we're going to emphasize, just the off-season weight program and the academics.
Marty Lee of First Coast, they were winners last night over Jackson. Coach, with the tenure you've had at First Coast, you've obviously seen football change a lot in the decades that you've been under the high school spotlight and the high school sidelines. And it has become 12 months a year, man. I imagine there'll be a little bit of downtime. But as you said, the regular season ends last night, and you're already planning for this off-season program.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, it's a year-long, a year-round program now for any high school team that wants to be competitive. You know, you give them a couple of weeks, to make sure everything's going, and then you're back in the weight room. And then what we do is, we'll go, twice a week, until January. Then January we start full board, what we're trying to do. But yes, I mean, it's academics, it's the summer program, it's the spring ball. I laugh because you hear parents all the time talk about, well, Coach, you should throw the ball, you should run the ball. Hey, I call them Coach Friday. But you got to be there during the whole week and during the whole season. I don't see those guys in January and February. It's so funny.
Yeah, that tends to happen from time to time. Coach, final question. From a public school perspective, Nice, Rains, Bradford County, maybe St. Augustine, potentially Mandarin. I mean, there could be some deep playoff runs here for some of these public schools in our area.
Oh, there's no doubt. We've got some solid programs coming out of Jacksonville. The problem is that some of these guys are going to have to go down in South Florida and go into the Panhandle, and that's a different atmosphere. A lot of times you take for Rains High School, for example, got a good program over there, but these guys don't leave Jacksonville until really the Final Four. And then you got to go down and play those Dade County schools. So I think he does a good job of trying to make sure that he plays a tough schedule and get ready. I saw last night, where Mandarin lost to a good St. Augustine team, but that prepares him for the playoffs. You've got to play these guys that's going to get you ready. A lot of times you look at some people's schedules and you see they're 9-1, 8-1, but they haven't played anybody, Hack. And if you don't play somebody and you go to the FHSA playoffs, and I'm not talking about the independent playoffs, but the FHSA playoffs, you've got to be battle tested to be ready to play and do what you need to do to get ready to go to the next level. You got to play those physical games. You got to play well-coached teams. I try to set up my schedule while I'm playing programs that I know that are strong, solid programs, well-coached. You know, that the kids are dedicated to the programs because that makes my kids better. My kids can see what those kids are doing, and they realize what we have to do to get better. You know, I've been in this game a long time, and I've been fortunate enough that some of the young coaches tell me, that, Coach, you're kind of able to adapt with what's going on. And in this day and age, Hack, you have to adapt. There's about it because this game is constantly changing. 5 years from now, we may not recognize high school football. Now, with the NIL programs, the way that kids transfer from one program to the next, it's difficult. You got to sell people on your program, and you got to make sure you're doing it the right way.
Marty Lee, the head coach of First Coast. They were winners last night over Jackson to get their 4th win of the season. Coach, congratulations, my friend.
Man, I appreciate it. You know, we've been friends a long time, man. And look here, I'm proud of what you did losing that weight. You're a good-looking dude now. Hey, you know, it's a good thing you married. But I don't know, these single ladies may be going after my man, Hack. But, hey, I appreciate what all you do, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come, buddy.
There you go, Marty Lee. Always appreciate him joining us here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. One of the good ones has been at First Coast for a long, long time, and they cap off their season with a victory last night. Only a couple of minutes to go, Gibby, as we do every Friday night before the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. We will send you off with the most memorable play of the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, the great Larry Munson with the Run Lindsey Run call. That comes up in just a couple of moments as we quickly look at the scoreboard tonight. Anything that stands out at you? Some rivalry games, certainly. Some seasons came to an end tonight. It was an interesting Friday night across Northeast Florida.
Yeah, it was. I think, we touched on it earlier, Hack. Some of these public schools that have still remained unbeaten. You look at Nice, a victory tonight, 42-20 over Beachside. Nice is continuing to stay undefeated as they finish out the regular season. Last night, Rains has been very impressive. They continue to go undefeated this year. Great win tonight for Fernandina Beach over a fierce rival in West Nassau. That was a big win for them. We had Coach Ryan Wolf on from Middleburg, a great win for them tonight against North Marion, a 5-point victory. Ponte Vedra, always a huge rivalry against Creekside. They get it done in grand fashion. Brian Case, the running back for the Sharks, had a monster game. So a lot of really nice victories tonight.
Again, playoffs already started for some. They will start in unison 2 weeks from tonight. Now, next week, we won't do a Friday Night Lights per se because there's not a lot of games. I'll keep you updated on the Friday night edition of Hacker After Dark. But you and I will be back 2 weeks from tonight, round 1 of the FHSAA playoffs. And as always, Gibby, that should be a heck of a lot of fun.
Can't wait. I mean, this is crunch time. This is playoff football coming up here soon. And this is the best part of the year when we get to see these teams from Jacksonville hopefully make a run.
Gibby, I enjoyed it, man.
Always fun.
That is Andrew Gibson. I'm the Hacker, Ryan Green. Thank you to AMP for producing the show tonight. This has been the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We have been presented by Duck Duck Rooter, Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning right here on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM. The next time I talk to you will be on the 5th quarter, Sunday night, right about 9 o'clock or so, 2 hours after the Jaguars and the Eagles go final. I hope you join me then. Of course, we will also have the Georgia-Florida game right here tomorrow, 3:30 on 1010XL. And with that as a backdrop, as we do every year to say goodbye, the Friday night before the Georgia-Florida cocktail party, we will send you out with the great legendary call, 1980. Larry Munson, Georgia was 93 yards away, and this happened. Enjoy the world's largest cocktail party, everybody.
Back 3rd down on the 8. In trouble. Got a block behind him. Gonna throw and a run. Complete to the 25, to the 30. Lindsey's got 35, 40. Lindsey's got 45, 50, 45, 40. Run, Lindsey. 25, 20, 50, 10, 5. Lindsey's got. Lindsey's got. Lindsey's got. Well, can't believe it. 92 yards, and Lindsey really got in a foot race. I broke my chair. I came right through a chair, a metal steel chair with about a 5-inch cushion. I broke it. The booth came apart. The stadium fell down. Now they do have to renovate this thing. They'll have to rebuild it now. This is incredible. You know, this game has always been called the world's greatest cocktail party. Do you know what is going to happen here tonight? And up at St. Simon's and Jekyll Island and all those places where all those dog people have got these condominiums for 4 days? Man, is there going to be some property destroyed tonight. 26-21. Dogs on top. We were gone. I gave up. You did too. We were out of it and gone. Miracle.
He's a master at recon.